Welcome, everyone, to the Spring Angel Telesummit, which is lovingly dedicated to Archangel Michael to help us find our purpose and the courage to make life changes. Today is day 4, and you are so appreciated for being here. So just to get centered in our time, let's just all, if you would, maybe close your outer eyes and just take that deep, sweet, centering breath. And I'm Lori Raymond, founder of Women as Visionaries, and my co-creator, Cecily MacArthur, Dream Life Coach, and I are just thrilled that you've joined us from around the world for these divine conversations that have been designed to help you open your hearts and inspire action and to make those changes and live the life you were divinely meant to live. A couple of housekeeping notes for today is we will work to keep our interview to an hour, but we do know that the angels are in charge, right, Cecily and Jennifer?
Most definitely.
They are in charge, and we do allow for that. You will be muted as you are now for the call, and there will be an opportunity to ask questions at the end. We'll give you some directions around that, and those will be questions that will not be personal questions, but will be about the wonderful content that Jennifer is going to be sharing with us. Third, I think many of you know that you'll be sent an email with the replay. We've really been right on the spot that people have gotten that right away, and that link is live for 48 hours. Next, if you have gotten the registration information from a friend or somehow, and that's all good, but we would so love for you to go to our site, angel-summit.com, to the website and register so that you do get your replay link and all the other wonderful information. Like the other day, we sent a prayer that Karen Polino had shared at the end of the day. And then finally, again, at any time, we'd love to have you upgrade, if you so choose, for our very important Angel Upgrade Package with all of this wonderful content. And so a note about me is that I'm a world traveler, humanitarian coach, and lifelong spiritual teacher and student, and my passion is helping women reinvent themselves through global education like this Angel Telesummit, Vision Quest travels. I have a passion for Bali, Indonesia, and other events. And I believe that as women go, so goes the world, and therefore this work, this transformational work that Jennifer, all of our angel presenters, and Cecily and myself are involved with is truly a ministry. It's truly of the highest calling, and obviously you have been attracted. And again, we so appreciate you being here for this time. And finally, why create an Angel Telesummit? Well, I knew that this was a larger vision and I would need help and the perfect partner, and I found it in Cecily. And it was divinely inspired during a meditation one day to boldly host this telesummit, to be fearless. With all the shifts in our world, Cecily and I believe that we needed and wanted to offer tools and strategies that would help us personally and all of you, guide you through these shifting times. And again, Cecily agreed, and it's just been a delight to work with you, Cecily. You know that it's been divine.
Most definitely.
And then finally, it was, well, if we're going to get this information, why not go to one of the highest sources of wisdom, and that's the angels, of course. And that here we are, day 4, and we've launched the 11-day Spring Angel Telesummit. And so, Cecily, a little bit about yourself, because you're just an amazing spirit, and what our combined intention is for today.
All right, Lori, thank you. I love hearing just the ideas about how we did this. It truly has been inspired, and really we do feel called to have brought this to you, and every day we feel stronger and stronger as the energy builds and the numbers build, and we get so many emails from people who are so grateful for this information. So it has been an incredible process personally and for the two of us. So just to introduce myself a little bit, if you don't know me, my name is Cecily MacArthur, and I am a life mastery consultant with Mary Mann & Morrissey and Life Solutions. I'm also a certified life coach, an intuitive, and a transformational teacher and author. I am passionate about working with individuals, organizations, and communities to help them create their dreams and bring them into reality. And I enjoy so much working with the angels to assist my clients in providing them intuitive messages and helping them to awaken spiritually. So, as Lori mentioned, we did come up with an intention for the two of us to put in front of each one of these telesummits so people understand our intention and hopefully will line up with it as we continue this wonderful series. And our intention is, together with the angels, to facilitate this angel telesummit so that our 12 angel experts help people around the world to access the angels, awaken to spirit, and allow for divine support and guidance. So I would like to move into introducing our first guest tonight, we've been waiting. This is a very exciting topic for me, and I'm really thrilled that we have Jennifer Longmore with us today. And her topic is also very exciting because we're sort of switching gears a little bit and talking about angels, the Akashic records, and alignment of soul purpose. So let me just introduce Jennifer a bit, and then we'll get right into talking to her. So Jennifer is North America's soul purpose expert and an internationally acclaimed host of Soul Purpose Central. And she's a leading expert on the Akashic records and has served thousands of souls through Akashic record classes and private sessions. She is an international healer, speaker, teacher, author, and founder of the Soul Journeys School for Akashic Studies and the Soul Journeys Method. For more than 15 years, Jennifer has served clients just like you in permanently shifting the limiting beliefs and patterns that prevent you from being who you really are so that you can live your most abundant, aligned, and accelerated soul journey. Wow. Fabulous mission. So let's meet Jennifer. Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Can definitely feel the energy on the call.
Yes, yeah, it's building, and people are continuing to come in, so this is wonderful. So let's start from the very beginning of this, and then for people who are not familiar with the Akashic records, can you talk to us about what they are and who keeps them? Who are the record keepers?
Absolutely. And the Akashic records are actually tied into the angelic realm because the ultimate overseer of the Akashic records is Archangel Metatron. So Archangel Metatron kind of, will assign different angels to be part of the record keepers that keep the etheric documents that are our soul records. The Akashic records is like this big cosmic library where the very point of creation of our soul is recorded right through all dimensions, spaces, and time. So any possible frequency that we held as a soul is stored in there, and all of our quote-unquote past lives and patterns and growth opportunities and areas of mastery and gifts and talents, and all of those things are stored in the Akashic records. So it really is the ultimate source for all information about our soul, particularly as it relates to this particular incarnation. And when we're in that energy, as soon as we actually step into that energy, we become instantly aligned with that deep vibration of our soul. It's like a homecoming, and it can often be very emotional for people because it's so familiar. It's like, oh, here I am. This is what I know. And from that place, infinite healing is possible because we're now open to hear the truth about who we really are, why we're here, what we're here to learn, what we're here to share, and what we're going to take back to our point of return back to Source.
So can you tell us more about how the records, what are they? In our mind, I picture the library. So what can you describe it more?
Okay, so it can look like a library. That's like a human as humans, we tend to be label maker 3000s, right? So we want to label everything. Do you remember those from the 80s? The label maker 3000s?
So I had one. I went crazy. I labeled everything, including my pets. No. I mean, everything. It's just once you get going and you learn. But yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So whatever way our brain needs to form something is how we will perceive it. But basically, there's this space called the Hall of Records, which stores all of our own individual records. It can look like a library. It can be several stories high. It can have beautiful marble floors and cathedral ceilings. And however it's meant to look for you as an individual soul will be how it looks. But basically, there are all kinds of etheric books in your library that hold information about your truth and your gifts and talents and your divine blueprint, for example, for this lifetime, your relationship to other souls that you may be encountering in this lifetime. And it's where we go through the help of our record keepers, which are very high and ascended multidimensional beings like our angels, to go and retrieve information so we can seek different understanding. We can receive divine guidance, we can receive life-changing healing, and we can actually powerfully manifest and co-create from that space. So it's a very powerful place to be.
So how do people do that? How do the people get to those records and be able to have that benefit?
Mm-hmm. The first step is actually to believe that it's possible. So not unlike intuitive abilities, a lot of folks will say, well, I know other people can do that, but can I do that? Well, absolutely. We all have access to our records. Some people can get in there easier because they're more open, but we wouldn't have created an Akashic record if we weren't meant to have access to it, and every soul has an Akashic record. So the first step is to believe it, and the second step is to find information that's going to best support you in accessing your information in a way that speaks to you. We all have a different learning style. So some of us need to go for training with a live teacher, for example. Some of us can just connect in with our angels. Some of us like to read books. It depends on what our own learning style is. But if, for example, we were going to work with the angels, and I'm actually going to guide people through an access point to their Akashic records later in the call, then we can just call on Archangel Metatron, for example, to take us into our records and provide us information on the specific questions that we have.
That's great. Can you give us some examples of how people's lives have changed as a result of being able to access their records?
I've had clients who have literally, after a session, picked up and moved across the world and started a healing center, even though they were in a corporate world and had no idea, they weren't exactly turned on yet, let's say. And as soon as they accessed their records, they were awakened to their truth. They were instantly aligned to their purpose. And it was just a calling. It was a pull. It was like the pull was pulling them along. They weren't really consciously participating in it. And their life just completely changed. They met their divine life partner right away, instantly had clients, a whole bunch of wonderful new friends that they weren't used to, finding themselves eating differently and just feeling like finally for the first time they were home. They felt comfortable in their own body, and they could really see a future for themselves. So I've seen people, I actually had one client who had AIDS and cancer, and after one session, he completely reversed all of the energies around that because he was aligned to the truth, and the record keepers helped him basically neutralize all of the energies that were in his body that were holding those vibrations in there, those viruses in there. So there's been some really remarkable things that I've seen, and I've done over 20,000 sessions over the years. So wow. I've definitely seen a lot.
Yeah. But it sounds like that's really the main issue is really aligning with your purpose and who you truly are, so that there is more of that coherence of as opposed to struggling in something that doesn't fit who you are.
And what I have seen actually is that because when we go into our Akashic records, just that homecoming alone is enough to shift our energy. And then when we hear the truth about who we are, we hear the truth about situations, the truth sets us free. So that's another layer of healing. And then whatever actual because most people can, is to really create a daily practice to pull your energy down into your feet, pull your energy into your heart, which is the integration of your physical and your spiritual world, even if it means putting your hand on your heart when you're going into your records or you're connecting in on a spiritual level, so that you can be fully present to your vibration, to your heartbeat, to your essence. And it's in that place that when you're fully present, you're actually connected with the energy of all that is. And in that connection, you're able to hear information much more clearly.
Okay.
How does that resonate for you?
It does. It's definitely a repeated message that I get from
Yeah, and also spending time in nature.
Right, that's what I'm hearing as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right.
The great thing about being in nature is that trees and ocean and rocks don't have an ego. They're actually pure truth. They're pure universal truth and consciousness. So the quickest way to get a crystal clear and sound answer that can really resonate is by going and hugging a tree, for example.
That's great. Getting out in nature is great. All right, so then our next question, person with a question, the last 4 digits are 4149. Hello, what's your name and where are you?
Hi, this is Laura Dial. I'm from the universe, but I live in Miami, Florida. Whenever anyone asks where I'm from, I state the universe. I had a very, very interesting experience. It wasn't what I expected. And as I was led through the meditation, I was led through a crystal room, which is one of the energies I work with. I'm a spiritualist, so I do a lot of spiritual work. Mm-hmm. And as I was guided through, I was like, okay, yes, this is familiar. And we got to the temple. I'm expecting to see brilliant colors and everything. And I open the door and I go in and everything is dark. I mean, darker than night. And I was like, what is this? You know, why is it so dark? And then I felt like there were cobwebs in there. So I asked Archangel Metatron, I said, what is going on? And he said, because of your powers and your energy that you have, everything was buried because Earth was not ready to accept it. And that's how my life has been from birth. I came in knowing who I am and had to fight it because I was born, I'm 58, and when I was born, you know, it was negative. So I had to bury it and everything, but I held on to it inside. And worked with myself and became a registered nurse and then worked with patients, but this said nothing. But old people would always, you know, recognize it. And then I says, okay, I asked Metatron, I says, well, what do we do about this, you know? And he said, bring in the light, use your energy. And I called on a gift that they gave me when I turned 55. It's called Divine Crystalline Energies. I said, let there be light. And then the crystal started just breaking through, like punching holes in the darkness. And the light started spreading through, and it's still working. It's still working, but Metatron told me that from this point on, I will not have to struggle the way I have been struggling, and that things will start flowing for me now.
Wow.
So I was like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
All right.
How beautiful is that? So what I want to share with you is that there have been a lot of beings sent to the planet over the last, I'll say, 40 years that have really been put here to raise the vibration. So at the time that you came in, although your vibration might have felt too strong for certain people or certain experiences, you're now, the vibration is raised to such the level that you can come out now and really share it and really just unleash it.
Awesome. No whole bars, right?
That's right. And the other thing I love that you shared is that you weren't expecting that. And I want to share that with everyone because we don't know we're expecting something until we go through it, and then we think, well, this isn't what I expected. And so often people don't know it, but they're expecting this big golden book to open up with all this big beaming lights and this choir of angels to be like, oh, and all the and God chiming in saying, hello, this is God, and all of these sort of dynamic things. And perhaps some people have had that, but it's usually much different than what we expect. And so I also just want to put that out there for anyone else that was going through this experience in their records, that you may have felt like, wow, this isn't what I expected, and that is actually quote unquote normal.
But it explained and gave me confirmation to my entire life. It has been an enormous struggle, one after the other. And to know that now I am going to be stepping out of it, that's a revelation in itself, you know.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of energy to actually hold light down. Yeah. A lot of energy expenditure holding it down. So now you can reinvest your energy into being.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Great comments and wonderful results from that meditation. Thanks for sharing that. All right. Let's see.
Can we turn this into a telethon? We said we might have to go past the hour if the angels were saying.
Well, we'll start with one more here. 8477. Hello,
this is Kay from Texas.
Hi.
Hi. How do you spell the Archangel's name?
METATRON.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have another question, Kay, or?
Well, I'm just looking forward to getting on Google as soon as the call's over with.
Wonderful.
Definitely. Maybe you could, Jennifer, tell us a little bit more about Metatron. Can you tell us a little bit about? Yeah,
Metatron is considered the angel that sits beside the throne of God. I know not everyone's comfortable with that word God, but it, replace it with the name of the being that's more comfortable for you. So if you imagine an organization, God is the president and Metatron's like the vice president. And Metatron is the, I'll say, president of the angelic realm. So Metatron oversees all functions that occur within the angelic realm, whether it be, our earth angels that are with us, like angel of birth and angel of death and, angel of sound and those kind of things, oversees the more supervisory level, which are the archangels, like Archangel Michael, and then the other realms of the seraphim. Metatron is in charge of that, but there are lots of angels in that realm, and each realm is tasked with a particular group of responsibilities that help our universe, spin around. And so very powerful being for sure to be working with, and definitely oversees the vibration of the tree of life and the flower of life.
And what is the relationship with Archangel Michael while we're on this topic?
Well, Archangel Michael is one of the three major angels that we read about in the Keys of Enoch. And if you haven't read that book, that's a writer down to get that book. It's a very thick book. It's pretty intense. And sometimes you need to sleep with it a bit to get acclimated to the vibration of it. But I would say that, from a human perspective, we would say that Michael and Metatron are very close friends, but Metatron would be like an older brother to Archangel Michael.
Great.
That's my words. I don't know that you're going to find that in a book somewhere.
Well, that simplifies it. We get the relationship. That's terrific. Yeah. We have one last question, and there is no phone number here. For some reason, I'm not getting a phone number. So if you raised your hand and I didn't call on you, that's you. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Yay. What's your name and where are you?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. My name's Catherine. I'm from Massachusetts.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi. This has just been so wonderful, and thank you. I know we're limited time, and I apologize. I do remember what you said about personalizing it, so I have to kind of hurry up and switch what I'm going to say. But it was a wonderful experience. I saw a lot of gold. I didn't see columns; they were like square, but it was gold, and it was very high up. Just a wonderful feeling of peace and relaxation. And the most unusual thing that I did not expect was over to my right side, Jonathan Edwards popped up. I don't know, I'll have to figure that out on my own, and I'm sure I'll come up with the answer. Sometimes I'm sensitive. I can pick up on things, but he was there with me. He just popped right up. At first I saw the face. I said, I recognize that. I said, that's Jonathan Edwards. So it was just, as you said, expect the unexpected, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm sharing that, and I'll figure out Jonathan Edwards. Maybe I'm to do work similar to his.
Well,
and
Catherine, what's the answer to your question that you just posed?
The answer is yes. maybe I'm meant to do work similar to his, and he was showing me the way.
Definitely seeing, even before you mentioned that, I was definitely seeing a lot of mediumship around you. I feel like there's already a lot of presence around you, a lot of spirit around you.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that it's so much that you need to take courses on cultivating that, but rather going into your records and asking, and this is for anyone, anything you want to be reconnected to, but for you specifically, going into your records and asking to be reconnected with the memories of mediumship, the formula, let's just say, that works for you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it certainly does.
Yeah, so that way you don't have to take the classes, although you're welcome to. You can just reawaken to the memories of what you already know how to do.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That's wonderful. It does. That's wonderful.
Great.
Thank you very much for that.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Catherine, that's great. I'm glad you got in. So we have to stop there. I know a couple of people still wanted to ask questions. They raised their hands, but I'm going to turn it back to Lori, and we do need to close it up.
All right. Well, everybody, let's just take a breath. Wow. I mean, And what I feel like is that in every one of these questions, there was a part of me in this community that's been woven together, Jennifer. So I was hearing answers for myself as these wonderful people stepped forth. And it's like, I didn't need to ask my question, though that's lovely, but I heard myself reflected in each one of those. And so that was special for me to sense that, to feel that. And with that, what I'd like to ask you, Jennifer, if you would close your part with a special message, just whatever, and then Cecily and I will wrap up with our goodbyes and announcements for tomorrow. So this is just your time to put a
we've done the meditation, but what I would like to do, and this is for everyone, this is something you're going to either want to listen to again or write down. What I want you to do is go into your heart and ask on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how much energy you're spending searching for your purpose. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what percentage of your energy are you spending searching for your purpose? And then your next question is, what if you can shift from searching for your purpose to being your purpose? What will you do with that energy expenditure? So all that energy that you've been spending searching, what are you going to do with that energy now that you get to reclaim it? And that's what I want to leave you with. So I want you to really switch and shift your energy from searching to being, and become really conscious to where you're going to invest that energy now that you have this huge amount of energy available to you.
I'm busy writing. Great questions to post and share. So Jennifer, thank you. And so as we close, everyone, on behalf of Cecily and myself, again, we just lovingly thank you for being a special part of Day 4 of our Spring Angel Telesummit. And again, I'm just touching my heart, and I'm sending it to you, Jennifer. Thank you to you for a most amazing hour of sharing your special wisdom with us. So thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. And thanks to everyone on the call. It's been wonderful to be with your energy.
Yes, it was a fabulous call, Jennifer. Thank you again. And I just want to remind people that we are continuing with the Angel Telesummit in next week. We're going to be launching all 5 days next week, and on Monday, May 9th, we will have Melissa Kiddo, and she's going to be talking about 3 simple secrets to communicating with your angels to experience the pure joy of living your unique life purpose. So this theme continues. And we want to just thank everyone for being here, and we were so glad that you were with us tonight. And goodbye to you all, and angel blessings. So thank you again for listening in. Take care now. Good night.